What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give my predictions for game week 15 in the Premier League. Now this is actually a midweek game week, which doesn't happen a lot in the Premier League, but there could be a bit of fatigue playing a part in some of these teams. We start off at Molineux, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Burnley, two teams who are probably going to finish towards the bottom end of the table. I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Burnley finally got their first home win of the season on the weekend over Sheffield United. Wolverhampton Wanderers lost to Arsenal on the weekend. I just think the psychological aspect for Burnley winning 5-0 could take them through this game. However, Wolves have looked a lot better than I thought they would, mainly because of how good Gary O'Neill is. I hope he can get a move away from Wolves in the near future. Wolves will have Lamina and João Gomez back for this game, which is huge for them. With no Neto for Wolves, I don't see too much difference in the quality of these two teams. I do think it'll be quite a close game. Luton Town against Arsenal, I'm going with a 3-1 win for the Gunners. I think they've got too much quality for Luton, despite the fact that Luton have looked decent at home, especially in the last few games. I think Arsenal just know how to break these sort of teams down. And yeah, I do think that they'll win this pretty comfortably. Brighton Hove Albion against Brentford, I'm going with a 3-2 win for the hosts. Goals are a certainty when you go and watch Brighton Hove Albion. Every single game they play, they score and concede. Brentford are usually quite solid defensively, but I have a weird feeling about this game. I know Brighton do have a lot of injuries, but the players they still have available should be able to get the job done in my opinion, and they need to because their last few results overall just have not been good enough. Crystal Palace against Bournemouth. I think this is a meeting between two teams who are sort of like, you know, changing their trajectories. I think Crystal Palace started really well and are now on the way down. Bournemouth started really badly and are now on the way up. And I think Bournemouth win here. I'm going 2-1 to the Cherries. Crystal Palace have been horrendous the last few games. They did get a good point away at the London Stadium on the weekend, but their defensive record was so good at the start of the season. It's horrendous now. They concede so many goals. Ahey and Anderson looked so solid at the start, and Bournemouth have started to actually score some goals as well. They're looking really dangerous. The firepower Palace have up there without Eze is just really lackluster. Obviously, Elise's and he will probably have a big impact on the goal that they score if they do get one or more. But is he really that great? Edouard has scored a few goals this season, but overall I don't trust him. Same with Mateta. You don't look at any of those three and think that guaranteed get me goals. And as for Bournemouth, they've got Dominic Solanke who will get you goals. He's scored quite a lot this season and he's played really well. Semenyo's been very good. I can see him giving Ward a very tough time. Iver and Tavernier have been finding some form as well. Overall, I just don't see this being too difficult for Bournemouth unless they make it difficult for themselves. Fulham against Nottingham Forest, I've gone with a 1-1 draw. To be fair, Fulham have had a lot of goals in their last couple of games, which is surprising considering the state of their squad and no striker and stuff. I think it will return to a bit more of normality for them. I don't think there will be too many goals in this game. Nottingham Forest obviously going to be without Awoniyi and Chris Wood just doesn't hit the same. I expect Fulham to probably dominate the ball a bit. Nottingham Forest will have to defend quite well, maybe get a goal on the counter-attack. With Hudson-Odoi, who's actually a big target for Fulham in the transfer window. Sheffield United against Liverpool, controversial one here. I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Once again, I mentioned this in the last video, it's not 100% confirmed yet, but Heckingbottom has been replaced by Wilder. We all know the beef between Wilder and Jurgen Klopp, so that'll be interesting. Sheffield United need that new manager bounce. Hopefully Wilder can provide that. I genuinely think this is going to be a draw. It's just one of those ones, man. I can just feel it. Hopefully Cameron Archer gets me a few goals. So no Alisson in goal is huge. It's just I can't really explain it. It's just one of those ones where you have a feeling. At the same time, I can also see Liverpool being 3-0 up after 10 minutes. Aston Villa against Manchester City, this is a huge game. This is 4th against 3rd. I've gone with a 2-1 Villa win. Man City are going to be without Rodri and without Jack Grealish, formerly of Aston Villa. Being without Grealish isn't that big of a deal, but it might be because Doku took a knock in the last game. So who knows who's even going to... Maybe Foden will play on the left, Bernardo Silva goes on the right, Rico Lewis comes in, but then is Rico Lewis going to play with Nunes or Kovacic, who aren't very good, because Rodri ain't going to be there. The most important player in the best team in the world isn't going to be there. We saw what happened last time he wasn't there. They lost to Wolves. You know, Villa are infinitely better than Wolves. Villa have not dropped points in a home game since late February. That was 9 months ago. Villa are going to win this. I have no doubt about it. Diaby was not started in the last game, I'm presuming, so he could be rested for this one. Watkins got a late level against Bournemouth in the last outing as well. Honestly, this could genuinely be 4 games in a row for Manchester City without a win, which is just incredible to think about. They have had some tough games in there, but you'd expect them to beat in Liverpool, probably expect them to beat in Tottenham as well. Is that hunger gone for Manchester City? This is something that we have to think about. If Doku is fit, that high line could cause issues for Villa. Like Doku and Haaland could abuse it. At the same time, without Rodri, I just think Villa will dominate the midfield. Manchester United against Chelsea, I've gone with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Man United have been horrendous. There's more stuff coming about the state of the club, about how Ten Hag's lost half the dressing room. Apparently the players are unhappy with having to train too much, which is ridiculous, by the way. I don't like Ten Hag. I think he's a dreadful manager, but that is horrendous for professional footballers playing at the highest level, earning 200, 300k a week, to be saying that. Get a grip, man. Look at yourselves in the mirror, man. You're playing football and you're not playing it well. Of course you have to train. You know, you're not Manchester City winning the treble that you can afford, like, you know, to say, well, we've done everything. You know, we deserve a bit more rest. No, you're horrendous. You've been horrendous in every game this season, and you want less fucking training. Get a grip, man. Chelsea's results have been very mixed this season. They've had some really good ones and some horrendous ones. I think that they should be able to take advantage of Manchester United just capitulating. Yeah, they should. If they don't win this, then it's just a bit of an L for them, really. Everton against Newcastle. I've gone with the 2-1 win for the Geordie boys. Even without Nick Pope being there, I don't think Everton's goal threat is too great. They probably will get a goal though. But Isak, Gordon against his old team, he hopefully will have a banging performance. They've got Trippier, who's just been phenomenal this season. We all saw Isak's run last year against them as well. You know, one of the best runs of the whole season. We went past like 5 players. Put a good ball into the middle and Jacob Murphy finished it off. I don't think this is going to be a whitewash. I don't think it'll be a walkover because Everton are a good side who make it tough for their opponents. But I would expect Newcastle to have the edge because Eddie Howe's the manager. And the final game, a London derby, Tottenham Hotspur against West Ham United. I've gone with the 3-1 win for the hosts. I think Tottenham take it. With the high line though, again, it could cause a lot of issues for Tottenham because Kudus, Bowen, and Paqueta picking them out, that could be really dangerous. Ward-Prowse picking them out as well. It could be very, very, very messy. But Romero is returning finally to that back line, so Real does not have to play. I think a lot of Tottenham fans are going to be happy about that. And although Tottenham do defend quite deep, they usually do concede quite a bit. I think Aged is a bit of a weak link, but so is Mavropanos. I don't think he's very good. Kurt Zouma will be back, which is a big boost for him. Heung-min Son, you know, he'll find a yard of space and put the ball in the net. The Celso's in really good form because the Lusevski's in really good form. Brennan Johnson's been playing really well, so it's a really tough ask for West Ham to try and keep that attack quiet. I could see it being like a 2-2 or 3-3 though. It could be a very high scoring game. I've tried to keep it a bit more conservative for some reason. I don't know why. Now that I'm saying it, I do actually think it could be 4-2 or something. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you soon for another video.